Hello, everyone. Hello, DJ Video Lab. It's Diego. Happy Friday. Welcome back to the Lab Report. This is our second time trying this out, this live stream setup, this show, just to hang out, have a good time, and maybe learn something. And, you know, the show is all about just exploring how DJ mix videos are made, and hopefully it'll give you some ideas so that you can improve your own DJ videos. If you're a DJ and you're ready to start posting your sets online, because that's how you need to promote yourself nowadays, or if you just want to share music with the world, or if you've been DJing for 10, 20 years and you've posted a bunch of mixes to YouTube, that's okay. You're still welcome here. This is all about leveling up your video productions, how your videos look, how they sound, how they feel, how you connecting your visuals with your music. This show is for you. This is where we get to hang out, we get to chat about videos online, we get to break them down, and we also get to look at some of your own submissions right here from our own viewers. And we're gonna do this in 5 segments. I've laid out the segments to have some focus, and I wanted to give us a chance to have some discovery, some community building, some critiques, look at some tools and things that you can look forward to and use in your videos. and also just celebrate creativity and encourage more people to put themselves out there. That's what we're about. So all of it is just focused on helping you grow your skills and your creative vision as a DJ, because many times we're the ones responsible to make our own videos. So that's what we're about. Now, a quick update from the channel before we dive in. Last week, during the live stream, we were celebrating 500 subscribers. And today, as of recording today, we're over 1,000 subscribers at the lab. This community is growing way faster than I anticipated. It's great to see. It's very thrilling, and I'm so glad that people are interested in this topic. I'm getting lots of comments and feedback. Thank you. Thank you to all of you who are participating in the community, sharing your knowledge, asking questions, giving me suggestions on future content. It's all great to see. That's really what I want to do. Just build a space in which we can share knowledge and have a good time doing what we love. So 1,000 subscribers. Congrats. We surpassed that goal right there. Now, for the last episode, throughout the week, I've been cutting some clips from the last live stream, and I've been posting them as separate videos, so you can find those in the channel. You'll find my Chris Lake deep cut of the week. We looked at his DJ set from the Brooklyn Storehouse. We also looked at some other videos on the homepage on YouTube. And this past week also, if you haven't checked out, I published a new video tutorial in for DaVinci Resolve in editing your DJ videos in Resolve. And that one is all about working with multiple camera angles. So if you're ready to jump into increasing the number of cameras that you use for your videos to make them more dynamic, more interesting, maybe more cinematic, whatever it is, if you're ready to start working with multiple camera angles and footage, I show you 2 ways to edit your video with different camera angles. One that's super easy to understand, is sort of logical, and sometimes that method I continue to use to this day. But there is also a much better and faster, efficient way, more powerful way to do it in DaVinci Resolve, where it kind of does some magic in syncing all the different camera angles together. And then it lets you just cut in between them as if you were doing a live stream or a show. That's the multicam timeline method, and I show you that. So go check that out. If you're looking for an understanding of the whole editing process, I did put together a checklist that you can go find at our website, djvideolab.com. It's free to download. You can just go to the website, go to downloads, and it's a Google Doc that you can just copy over. And what's great about that is that then you can turn it into your own document. You can edit it, you can customize it to your workflow. But there I laid out all the steps that I take generally to edit my videos, from importing your media into your computer and organizing it, all the way through the editing process, through color grading and mastering, and finally the rendering and exporting of your video. So if you're looking to understand the whole editing process, go check that out. It's super helpful. It's a tool I wish I had when I was getting started. And of course, before we jump in, if you're joining us, thanks for joining us. Hang out. We're having a good time. We're going to look at some videos, listen to some music, check out and talk about filming, editing, lighting, the concept, creative direction, everything. Trying to have a good time and see what's out there and learn for ourselves. So if you haven't already, subscribe, join the lab right now, join the community. And without further ado, let's jump into our first segment, the initial scan. And let me just tell you about what's coming up so you're not lost, okay? The different segments, I found some creative names that tie into our lab. So the first is the initial scan. This is where we check out some new DJ videos, mixes on YouTube. We're just gonna browse, see what we found, see what jumps out in the homepage, look at the visuals, look at the camera work, the editing, first impressions, just my live reaction right here on the live stream. Then we're gonna go into the experiment. The experiment is the bi-weekly creative challenge that I've set up for us. This one is about multicam editing and thinking about the cuts. So I'll give you an update on that, and I will tell you and share with you what I'm thinking of doing for my own video and how I'm planning to film it this weekend. After that, we'll jump into field notes. Field notes is where we review and critique a few DJ videos that were submitted by our viewers. So we have an amazing video that was shared by one of our subscribers who decided to upload and post their first DJ video, encouraged by the DJ Video Lab from what they've been learning, and they just went for it. So we're going to take a look at that and hopefully do some constructive criticism, give him some tips to take his video to the next level. So that'll be fun. And then after that, we have lab signals. So I have really cool tech drop to talk about. There's a rumor, actually it's not a rumor anymore, it's an official announcement by DJI. They're releasing later this month or at the start of August, their new 360 camera that's gonna compete against the GoPro and the Insta360. So we're gonna look at that and see what people are talking about, because recording now your DJs with a 360 camera is, I'm starting to see it, and it gives you a lot of options. If you're just getting started, a 360 camera might be a nice investment if you want to capture many different things at the same time. We'll talk about that. And finally, to wrap it up, it's the deep cut of the week. This is where I choose one standout video that I found throughout the week that I really want to bring to your knowledge, to talk about, to really break down, really go deep into the critique of the video. Now, these are videos that really stand out to me, that are doing things really well. So we'll talk about what is going well, what worked, what didn't. If you want to submit a video, whether it's yours or one that you liked, put it in the chat. Just leave the link there and maybe we'll pick it to check it out later. And if you are participating, if you like the video challenge this week, make sure to tag it with a hashtag DJ Video Lab Experiment, DJ Video Lab Experiment, and tag the channel DJ Video Lab. So I know that you submitted a video for the challenge. And yeah, we're gonna go there, and this is how we grow together. I'm just trying this out. I set up some new transitions for the live stream, and let's get started. Let's go into our first segment. This is the initial scan. All right, initial scan. This is where we're discovering and reacting to DJ videos online. If you have a suggestion for us to check out, for me to check out, just drop the link in the chat and I'll check it out later in another segment. So I'm in music. You know, this week I wanted to give some love to the hip hop DJs. So I'm just gonna do a general search, like let's see, what should we do? Throwback hip hop live DJ set. Let's see what we get. Okay, 26,000 views, hip hop R&B throwbacks by DJ Benny. This is his channel, DJ Benny right here. You know what? Somehow, some way, this video made it to the top of my screen. First option. Let's jump right into it. Once again, this is DJ Benny, hip hop and R&B throwbacks, the live DJ set. Let's see what is going on here. Let me make sure all right, now I'm at the beginning. Hey. Okay, Benny. All right, so we just got to see DJ Benny starting his set there. All right, looks like this is a gig. You just did a transition from that other DJ. Wow, props to you. I don't know if you had to set the cameras up yourself, but nice job being ready to capture your whole set right here. All right, so the first thing I'll point out is, let's talk about the quality of the image a little bit. I can tell he's recording with some GoPros, and I love using the GoPros in my videos. But what they really lack is low light performance. Like, GoPros are just not made for dark spaces, and you can see it here. Like, I mean, it's compact, it's small, it's gonna fit in a tight space like a DJ booth. But the quality at night or dark spaces is just gonna drop. But nice choice there to capture not only you, but also the space, and we're gonna be able to see the energy in the room. And I like this shot here where you can see the mixer. And there's this third one. Oh, that looks just so grainy. I wish you had had the chance to use a higher quality video, but hey, we can see everything that he's doing. Nice. And the editing has a nice pace. Like, we're not really jumping right away from camera to camera. He's having a great time. I mean, right here, the lighting, let's talk about the lighting. You know, the camera difference, you can really tell from this angle. But I like what they did here with having some lights on the DJ booth that's pointing at them, because it helps the video. Yeah, if those weren't there, if this light wasn't there, we would lost DJ Benny right here. Nice job putting your logo down here in the bottom. Yeah, the multicam edit is really nice, the 3 different cameras. You know, sometimes when I've noticed one of my cameras is totally just crap quality, I just don't use it. I'd rather have 2 really good looking angles than 2 really good ones and then 1 really crappy one. Like this looks really nice. And honestly, the whole video could be just this angle. But I rather put out a little bit nicer quality. Now, of course, this is all about the music. I get it. But if we're looking at visually what we can do better, I think I would go with just 2 camera angles. Let's see if anything changes about your setup here. Yeah, this camera looks really nice, very clear. You see the whole space. Throwback. Nice. Yeah, good vibes. So here I wonder, you know, what would be interesting, like if I were going to film this right here, like all the cameras are pretty centered to just surrounding the DJ booth. But I wonder, like, if I were bringing my cameras in, I wonder if I could find another spot in the club somewhere where, with a long lens, I could still capture the DJ, but just from a totally different perspective, not just like right by the booth. Can I get a shot from the other side of the room, maybe focused on the DJ, like all the way in the background, but the people in between are just a little out of focus or something, so you see the movement and the energy, but really I'm focused on the DJ in the back. Great. Nice job, DJ Benny. I think the vibes are good. Yeah, I wish the GoPros just did better in low light, but I hear that the DJI Osmo action camera performs better in low light. If you guys know, let me know in the comments if you agree with that, but I've never used the DJI action camera, so I'm not sure. Let's go back to hip hop. See what we can find. See something that jumps out. Okay, let's check this out right here. Zoe Rosales, 2000s R&B hip hop DJ mix. Okay. Friday Vibes with Kisha Cole. That song is called Love right there. Okay, Zoe. I don't, how do we say this? You're gonna have to let us know. Let's tag him in the chat so he can come on and let us know how we say his name. Yo, nice video. Whatever you're doing with your green screen setup, it's tight. It's very well done. You even got the lighting right almost with the backdrop. It'd be so cool if the lighting from the backdrop actually just matched exactly. Like if you put a light, what would be on your left shoulder, high right here, just shining down and across, you get the shadows to match the light that is in your image. Because right now his shadow, it's close. The shadows are down, but to his left shoulder. So the shadows are appearing on the same side from this light right here. So I would just flip the light over to the other side, and all of a sudden you have shadows that are congruent with the rays of that light in the image. But man, the green screen effect is clean, very, very clean. I don't know if you were doing this in post or live, but it's really high quality. This is for a 4K video, nice. And honestly, sitting down DJing is such a vibe. I like that. I haven't tried that. I should try that. But nice quality, man. And honestly, really nice use of the backdrop. Let's see. I'm interested to find out if all his backdrops are generated. Yeah, it looks like a lot of them are. That's cool. So he's finding different backgrounds that kind of match, that kind of mix the music, the genres that he's playing. So that's very smart. So what's consistent is his setup and his green screen. Nice. There's some where he's actually live in front, no green screen. Very nice, dude. Yeah. Check out Zorrosales. Tag him, let him know we checked out his videos. It's pretty good. Well done. Something funny that happens with green screen is here is on the reflective parts, or if there's green in your mixer, the green screen effect also affects it, so it changes that. All right, let's do just hip hop live DJ set and see what we get. Let's do one more. The pregame, Noise Complaints. Noise Complaints have been doing a great job of filming. Let's check this one out right here. Nice. Okay, I already see one camera right here in the background. Nice mixer, dude. Nice setup. Okay, I like the choice of staying on this opening shot right here. Nice switch to the drone. Good choice right there. Landing with the vocals. Very satisfying right there. It's like we're taking off as she starts to sing. We take off. Nice. That was a really good editing choice right there. I like the telephone as your headphone monitor. All right, so far we've seen this center wide angle. We haven't seen this shot back here, and we've seen the drone. Really well exposed. Nice job with the exposure here, just the quality. Looks great. The table's a little off tilted, but oh, nice setup. Let's see what the setup here is. Okay, little monitor there. Nice. These tripods look really nice and stable. Those are some, what are those, Miller tripods? Those are expensive, but they're heavy, they're reliable. I like the choice of the composition here, the placement. I like the tree and the mountain, the hill in the back. It's pretty nice. I would try to, if I were placing the shot and I was also responsible for placing that other second camera in the back, I would maybe put it in a place where you can't see it. I mean, that's just whatever. But if you're really going for something really clean, let's check this out. There's some, okay. You got a little darker from the clouds. Ah, there's the shot here. Yeah. I kind of like the messy look, not gonna lie. Check out Hosea. This is his R&B Afrobeats hip hop summer mix. Nice, good vibes. Good vibes. All right, well, we have this music in the background. Let's check out the experiment. This is our next segment. So in the experiment, this is the time of the week where we get to talk about how to challenge our creative projects. And the challenge this week is simple but very powerful. Okay, so it's to film with at least 2 cameras and think intentionally about when and why you cut to them. We just saw a nice edit there where the cut to the drone shot was nicely timed with the change in the music. So that's the kind of thought that we're looking for in our own projects. How can we use editing and the art of cutting between clips to our advantage? Does your editing rhythm match the musical rhythm? Do the cuts feel like they're part of the performance and the vibe of your video? Is it to show the hands during a transition so we see what you can do on the mixer? Or is it to match the energy, like right at the drop of the song? Or is it more to shift our attention to something that you want us to see? That's the kind of thoughts that we put into our editing. And so this isn't about showing off just like how many angles you can capture, but it's about directing our attention, about being very specific about why you want us to see something. So think about that. Think about the visual aspect of that and the emotional aspect of that. You got 1 more week to try it. So this challenge was set last week. In a minute, I'm going to tell you what I'm planning to do for my challenge, for my video submission. But you have 1 more week. So next week, this time on Friday, we'll look at what we worked on. You got 1 more week to try it. When you post your video on YouTube, tag it with @DJVideoLab and use the hashtag DJVideoLab experiment so I can see it. Let me know that you submitted it so maybe we can look at it here and we'll look at our submissions. What am I planning on doing for my mix? I think what I want to do is 3 different camera angles. One is just going to be to set the scene. So I'm going to think about using like a wide angle where you see me, but also the space that I'm in, kind of like the lighting vibe, the environment. My second angle is going to be I think a wide angle shot close to the mixer to see my hands and the knobs and the action around the mixer. And I'm planning on switching to that when I'm doing something. And my third angle is going to be I think a long lens, maybe an 85mm lens. And I think I want to get a shot of just like my face, my torso, to capture some of the energy and the emotional like reactions that I'm having to the music. So I think that's going to give us a nice balance of the mood with the wide shot, the technicality and the DJing aspect of it, with the GoPro maybe wide near the mixer, and then an emotional shot with the third camera. So that's what I'm planning on doing. I can't wait to see what you come up with. I think honestly, it's a really hard, I think I set a pretty hard challenge for the very first experiment at the lab, not gonna lie. But it's in there. We're doing it. We're doing it. Let's go into our next segment, the field notes. All right, so the field notes. The field notes are about learning from each other by watching DJ videos and reflecting on what's working and how we can improve. And this week's field notes start with something that honestly I'm really hyped for. We've got a viewer who watched the channel, took the info and said, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to film my set, put it out there, and decided to share with us. They filmed and uploaded their first DJ video on YouTube. And that's what this is all really about. It's not about just watching, it's about creating. And not waiting for the perfect setup. It's not about waiting until you can have that camera or that live stream setup. It's about just getting started using what you have and giving it a shot. That's how I started years ago. And I'm so glad I did by just throwing myself in there and seeing what would happen. So let's check out their video of our own lab subscriber. This is coming by Eric Craig. A live DJ sunset mix Afro Latin house set. Thanks for your submission, dude. This takes courage. Thanks for being down to share it with us. Let's watch. Nice reminder. Hey, we made it. Nice. Brother, nice job putting your first video up on YouTube. Thanks for sharing with us. Honestly, I kind of like just the raw beginning, but if I were doing this, if I were editing this, I think I would remove some of that beginning when you're setting up and starting. Let me show you a really easy way to, if you don't know how to edit your video outside of your phone. I think you probably recorded this with a phone, which I think you can do. You can edit. You can go on your phone on your file and edit the starting point of your video. But if you already uploaded it and you want to get rid of either something in the beginning or the end, let me show you really quick how to do that. So let me just go to the studio and let's say, okay, let's go in this one, for example. this video. So this is in YouTube Studio. If you find your video on the left side, you can go down to, I don't think you can see it. Hold on, let me see. Let me switch over here so you can see everything. There we go. So this is in YouTube Studio. Find your video, and then on the left side, you should see the editor. In here, what you can do is you can trim. So I would hit here, trim and cut. And now you can drag this and bring it all the way to like a new point that will become the start of your video. And YouTube will do its own edit, like they'll edit it for you and automatically. And so now your video will start here. So you could do this, and you could bring this right up to the point where you say hello and you start your music. So that's one option. You can do that with the end of the video too. You're in Key Largo, Florida. Nice. I used to live in Orlando, Florida. I miss Florida. Look at this view. Very nice spot to be DJing at. And I see that the sunset's coming. I'm gonna jump ahead and see how the camera handled the sunset light here. Not too bad. Not too bad. So here, when you're doing, when you're looking at, let me go back to our field notes segment here. When you're filming in front of a sunset or a sunrise, it's gonna be really, really tricky. Cameras can handle a limited dynamic range. Our eyes and brain and visual abilities are much, much, much better than cameras. And our brains can adjust our iris to just make up a lot of what's in front of us, even when it's really bright, when there's something that's really bright and something that's really dark in the same image. Cameras don't have such a wide dynamic range. Even pro cameras have a limit. So you're never gonna be able to capture like the sun perfectly, not overblown or overexposed, and also capture like the shadows in the image. But your phone is doing a nice job of just like balancing and figuring out what should be exposed correctly. And in this case, I think it's compensating for you. So one thing you can do here is, if you have a light that you can shine on yourself, then it's gonna help you brighten up so that the camera can get more detail out of you, out of your image, compared to the sun. If you don't have that, what I recommend is turning your setup a little bit, so in your camera, so that the sun is hitting you from the side, not directly from behind. And so you're using the sunlight to actually illuminate your body rather than sort of cast a shadow in a silhouette. But this is not bad. This is, I mean, this is coming a little bit from an angle, but mostly from behind. If you want to share your video, drop it down in the chat so we can check it out later. Windy day, huh? I wonder what you were using to stabilize this camera, because it's not very stable, but it's staying up there. And oh man, your laptop, dude. I'm scared for your laptop. It's like hanging on to the edge right there. Oof. I hope it made it all the way through. It looks like it did. But yeah, so, you know, video tripods, when you start looking at the more expensive ones, You would think that more expensive ones are lighter. They make them lighter so they're easy to travel, but that's only for really for travel tripods. It's sort of like a subsection of tripod technology. Video tripods, the good ones, are actually heavier. They're heavy and really beefy, well constructed, so that they stay on the ground and they do not shake. But you're using what you have. This is great. Nice composition. I would think about intentionally, like, do you want to be right in front of you, like directly in front of your setup, or do you want to be at an angle? But then make a strong choice. I think right now it feels like it should be center, but it's a little bit off to the side, which is fine. I mean, there's no right way to do it, but I find having a strong intention and a composition, meaning either I go directly in front and everything is symmetric, or centered, or I choose to go off to the side, but then I really do find a different angle where you see more of the profile, something like that. It's just about intention. There's no right answer. But I think you picked a nice height to be able to, so that we can still see a little bit of the mixer. Yeah, the camera's moving a lot, but I hope it didn't fall. Nice energy, nice mix. Let's talk about the sound right here. So we gotta help you figure out how to record your audio so you have a clean mix that we can then put together with your video. It looks like you had recorded the audio in your computer, so now it's just about putting the footage and the audio together. And I made a video on how to do that, so check it out in the Editing with DaVinci Resolve series. I show you how to sync up your audio to your video in DaVinci Resolve. It's a free editing software. And if you watch it, even if you're using iMovie or Premiere Cut, the concept is the same. So you don't have to be on DaVinci Resolve to know how to do that once you watch that video. So go check it out. It's pretty easy. I show you step by step. And once again, yeah, in the beginning, I would say just cut this out, or maybe I would figure out how to like fade it or make it dark. And then in that time, maybe we see your logo, or you can put like the date and location, something like a title. Yeah, and then we just got to get the clean audio in the mix, and it's just going to be dope. Nice to see the support of your girl. Good energy, having a good time. That's what it's about. Nice. Brother, thanks for sharing your video with us. Keep going. Can't wait to see the progress. Nice. Next, we're going to go to lab signals. Lab signals is where we talk about news, trends, and gear reviews. So this week, I'm bringing you some exciting news from DJI. DJI officially announcing a 360 camera. I've never used a 360 camera, but I've tried it. I tried it at the convention center. I went to the convention center. There was a show put together by B&H. B&H is a camera and photo video store here in New York City. And they put on this huge convention show. Brands from all over came to represent, show their products. One of them was the Insta360 cameras. So I got to talk to those tech guys, and they showed me how it works. if you want to check out, I put a vlog video in the channel of that day, and I'll go around and check out some video gear and streaming gear, lighting gear that I thought would be interesting for you to check out. But now we're getting news that DJI is releasing a 360 camera, and there's not much information. There's just some rumors about the picture quality, and everybody's talking about how it's going to compete against the GoPro and the Insta360. So we'll see. I'm excited. I'm going to stay in the loop and keep you updated. And why would this matter for DJs? Well, I've been seeing more and more DJs use a 360 camera to capture especially their live sets, their gig sets, because if you put one of these in front of you, between your audience, the crowd, the dance floor, and you get to capture everything, the crowd reaction, plus a center wide shot of yourself with one camera. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. It also has the ability to reframe, and so you can, if you're not gonna keep it as a 360 video file, you're gonna then kind of select part of the image or frame. And so this maybe lets you not have to think too much, spend too much time thinking about how to compose your camera. Let's say you're walking up to the booth and it's going to be your time slot, and you have literally 1 minute to set up your camera to capture your set. What a no-brainer would be to set up a 360 camera and just hit record and not have to worry about exactly what it's pointing at. So I can see the application. So I'm curious how well it will perform in low light. That's always really hard to do with these small cameras. Small cameras have small sensors, and the smaller the sensor, the more prone it is to picture noise. The small sensors just can't handle low light the same way having a big sensor like from the Sony mirrorless cameras. So I'm curious how it will perform in that sense. I'm curious about how it picks up audio and how that works, the 360 audio, or like how many channels it gives you. I've just never used one of these. If you have, let me know, put it in the comments. I'm curious to try this, and I wonder if this will be the camera to try. Guys, I need your support because I want to test things like this. It would be so much fun to contact DJI, have them send me one of these to try out for the channel, and then I can show you how you can use it for yourself before you buy it. I'm hoping we get to do that very soon. So if you want, help me out and tag DJI in the chat and tell them to send one of these babies to my apartment so we can try a DJ video with them. That would be cool. So let me know what you think of the 360 camera, and let me know if you would think about using one to record your DJ sets. If you're already using one, let me know because I'm very interested and it sounds very fun. Let's go into the deep cut of the week. So the deep cut is all about highlighting videos that are doing something special. And so every week I want to bring you an example, something to look at and not to copy, but to learn from, to be inspired by. So this week I wanted to bring you this video called Sunrise Beach House Music Mix, a chill morning breakfast playlist, Flavor Trip DJ set by Flavor Trip. If you're not familiar, Flavor Trip is a couple that travels around the world. They find really cool locations. I think they kind of just drive around in their van, I think. And they just pick a location. They set up some cameras. They also usually set up a place to make some food or a cocktail, or they're going to make breakfast. In this case, I think they make a morning breakfast. So let's watch. Oh no, camera down. That's great to see. Not because I want their cameras to fall, but because they made the choice to keep it in the final footage. Great choice. There it is again. Nice variation of different shots. In a minute 20 in, we get the nice logo. Looks like Jimmy went off to get some rocks or something. How many cameras are they using? So they have 1, 2 right here on the stand. Okay, so there's this center wide. Then there's this sort of long shot of the sun. One thing I like that they do is not all the shots include them in it. So they also like to capture their environment. So here's another example. And I don't even know where that camera is. Okay, there's another tripod here on the left. That must be one of those shots, those B-rolls. Their main shot is always really well put together. It's like it's perfectly aligned with the frame of the video. It's nice and centered, symmetric. I think they always do a good job of like picking the same setup for their videos for that wide shot. And then they have that second shot there showing the mixer also. That's very nice. These guys have been doing it for a while now, and it's interesting to see that they're mostly using phones. Like phone cameras are really powerful at this point. Another close up on the water here. I want to see their footage later. See what that looks like. Nice sunrise light. So I'm just thinking about the bi-weekly challenge of thinking about editing, and I'm thinking about how they choose their pace. I think they're following the action. Like I like how they choose to go to this angle when there's something happening. And we already seen it when it was kind of set up. It was a nice surprise. And I like that they didn't reveal all the angles right away. You're kind of just getting little crumbs as the video goes. Oh, here we can see the setup You see that light there? That's what I was talking about earlier. If you're gonna shoot facing the sun, you're gonna need something bright to contrast and to light what's in shadow. There's another phone there. Looks like they're just using a bunch of phones, or maybe they're moving them around. Maybe that shot moved over. If you want to check out good examples of multicam editing, check out Flavor Trip and check out this Sunrise Beach House music mix. I like their music. I like the camera choices. I think they understand what they're doing, what they need to do with lighting. Or overall, great video. I don't think I could DJ and also cook at the same time. I tried a DJ and workout mix. It was horrendous. I'm never doing that again. But maybe with two people, it's a little easier. I want to see how they end their video here. Nice. There, okay. That's an Aperture 300X. And they must be powering this with some kind of generator. I wonder if there's another camera shot that we can see that setup. Maybe here. Yep, some generators right there. Looks like some iPhones, and maybe looks like this cable right here they're using to record the audio. Or is power, but this phone doesn't have it. So they have 1, 2, 3 different tripods with iPhones. They have this two light stands right here, lighting. There's their positions here. I like that they use some rocks to level the table there. But yeah, the key here are the lights. Without the lights, this video would have been really hard to film, especially when the sun is directly behind them. It's just enough to give light on this side of them that we can see it. Yeah, you see it right here. There's some highlights there, some highlights here. Very nice. Very, very nice. Well, guys, thanks for hanging out with me today. That was fun. I thought it was fun to look at Flavor Trip. It was great to see our viewer submission. That's really cool that people are deciding to move on to actually trying how to make their videos and post them because they watch this channel. So if you're out there, you've been DJing for a while, or you're just getting started, it doesn't matter. If you want to make a really awesome video, watch our tutorials, join the lab, go to the website. There's more resources there. There's free downloads. I'm trying to give you all the tools to get you to the next level. I'm hoping that some talent out there will be recognized and seen after they started posting their videos. And they did it because of the tools that they learned here. Thanks again for watching. Leave a comment if you had a good time. And I'll catch you on the next one. Good night. How do I close this? Bye.